We are back at it, trying to get our minifig wall under control. What's up, everybody? My name is Aaron. I'm the Brick Scavenger. Appreciate you being here. If you've been following along, we are slowly organizing this wall to catch up those who are just tuning in for the first time. This is my big Lego minifigure wall. We have made this section right here the licensed non-animated theme. That would include stuff like NBA, Friends, Seinfeld, Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, Harry Potter, Lone Ranger, Prince of Persia, Jurassic World, Ghostbusters, Big Bang Theory, some miscellaneous things over there. These two walls, if I back up a little bit, are our superhero walls. This is the DC section. This is the Marvel section. And what I'm thinking over here is this will be the licensed animated section. So that will include things like Disney, Scooby-Doo, stuff like that. I don't really have a good feel for how much of that I actually have. So we're gonna put that together now. We're gonna have to take a bunch of this off the wall in order to make that happen. And then as we've been rearranging things, we've been putting piles of figs here, here, here. And so we'll go through all of that as well to find the rest of the animated stuff. So we're gonna take a few minutes to make that happen, and then I'll show you what the licensed animated wall looks like. All right, after spending some time, you can see we've got a decent amount of licensed animated stuff. I'm gonna show you that official wall in just a second. But what I realized as I was going through that section is that I'm kind of torn on what to do with the animated CMF lines, the Disney, the Looney Tunes, the Muppets, things like that, because they were on this CMF wall over here. They were kind of all up here. But I'm starting to kind of realize I'm gonna run out of room pretty fast on this animated number series wall. So this is, series 1 through 10, 11 through 20, and then, 21 through whatever, 26 or whatever it is. But it won't be more than, a year or two before I'm going to need this for numbered series. So I think that's going to push Simpsons, Disney, Muppets, Looney Tunes all over here to the licensed animated wall. I think that makes the most sense when I'm looking at this, because without it, this wall is not very full. And so I'll show you the organization in just a minute, but what I've got is all three of the Disney Series 1, 2, 100s, the Simpsons Series 1 and 2, the Looney Tunes, and the Muppets. So let's go through this wall and take a look at what we've got. You will note, as I start up here at the top with some Scooby-Doo stuff, that it looks kind of barren, right? There's a lot more Scooby-Doo figs on this wall. I'm sorry, there's a lot more figs that are not on this wall. And I'll show you, I do have some, but I'll show you where they are in just a second. We've got the Flintstones over here. We do have one random troll over here. I don't know whether I'll put more trolls on the wall or not. Here is some Simpsons stuff that did not appear in series, but rather in various sets. You'll see over here that we've got the Simpsons house, for example. I guess there's some duplicates here, but the Simpsons house. Anyway, here's some of the Simpsons. I really like the Wiggum with the donut on his face and his shirt. The Apu from the Quickie Mart is awesome. The snake is so hard to get these days, so those are fun. We've got a handful of SpongeBob figs here. I probably should start saving more of those and putting a few more on the wall. We've got the Winnie the Pooh stuff here, a few Sesame Street figs here. Coming back this way, we have a large amount of TMNT figs. These really need to get organized a little better, but for now, I was just kind of throwing them on the wall. These shredders are super fun. And they've gotten wicked expensive. So I'm glad I've got those before having to try to find them again. Harder and harder to find. We've got some of the movie-themed TMNT. The Donatello, is that Donatello right there? That's a toughie to find as well. Coming down this way, we've got some of the harder to find Incredibles family Mr. Incredible was in series 1, I think it was, but the other one's super hard to find. Violet and Dash there, super fun. This, I believe, is a random Incredibles fig, is that right? And then we've got some sort of random Disney figs here. We've got Chip and Dale, I think that's from the train, right? A few other random Disney figs there. Whole bunch of Toy Story stuff in here. Look at all these. That brick is a super fun one right there. We've got Bullseye. Look at this. Anybody know what that is? That's a little preview for an upcoming video. I'm very excited about an upcoming video that I may have overpaid for, but check this out. This is a very hard to find, at least some of the parts of this fig. This is Twitch right here. These stupid little antenna, look those up on Bricklink. Good gracious, they are expensive. Holy cow. We got Stinky Pete there. We got all sorts of fun stuff there. Then we get into the series figs, right? So we've got Disney Series 1, Disney Series 2, Disney Series 100, Simpsons 1, Simpsons 2, Looney Tunes, and Muppets. So let's just go through those real quick. Disney Series 1 and 2 here. Honestly, I'm not even sure if these are complete. I've owned these many times over, but just sold them so many times that at some point I need to go through this carefully, figure out what I don't have, and I'm sure I've got them somewhere. And then we'll finish those off. We've got the Disney 100s, and we've got the Simpsons Series 1 here. This Mr. Burns is so hard to find, especially with that three-eyed fish kind of aquarium fishbowl piece. Let's put it on the wall without losing it, hopefully. So there's those. And then we've got Simpsons Series 2 down here, along with some of the Looney Tunes. These Looney Tunes are a pain in the neck because all the tails don't quite fit right with this system I have in place for the display. Specifically this Roadrunner, and that huge tail is a major pain. And then we've got some Muppets down here. Missing, I think, maybe 2 Muppets, something like that. But getting close on that. Again, I've owned all the Muppets many times over, but just never saved any for myself. I need to start doing that now that we're rearranging this wall. So where do we go from here? We still have tons and tons of figs that need displaying. All of these in here are various Lego themed things or miscellaneous stuff. That's gonna all need to get displayed. I mean, you can see there's probably a couple hundred figs or more in here. Look at all these. Some Ninjago in here, pirates, all sorts of like older stuff, things like that. So where does that go? That goes way over here. The rearrangement of the room has opened up some wall space for me. So if I go into this part of the room and I just kind of back up real quick, this is Lord of the Rings right here. This is licensed animated, Marvel, DC, licensed non-animated. This is the CMF numbered wall right here. And then as I turn, this way over here in the corner currently is Ewoks, which won't be there forever, but for now it's Ewoks. And this is all Star Wars, okay? So now this wall, I'm gonna make some more of these shelves, take the Ewoks off, and that'll allot me tons of space for those figs that I just showed you that are not currently displayed. We'll organize them in some way and get them up on this wall. And then we'll just have tons of figs all over the place. Now, as promised, I showed you that we had some Scooby-Doo stuff, which is not on the wall. And this goes back again to the never-ending debate. How many copies of a fig do you need, right? The Velma, the Daphne, the Fred, things like that. Do you own one of those and put it on the wall? Do you own one of those and put it somewhere in your city? Because it's fun to have those characters in your city. Do you own 2 copies of that thing? One for the wall and one for the city? It's just never-ending debate. But over here is Halloween Town, all right? It's kind of destroyed. It was gonna get put back together, hopefully some this fall. But over here in Halloween Town, we have this like hilly, kind of spooky area where people can go on a hike up the fall colors And there are some things happening at the top of the hill. The lighting's kind of weird over here. But, we've got the Haunted Mansion where some unusual activity is happening. And so we've got a team of people going up to investigate. And there they are right there. So Fred and the gang are hiking up this hill to go investigate to see what is happening up there. And so that's why the Scooby-Doo figs are not on the wall. They are in the city. So now I've got to decide whether I want another copy of each of those on the wall or not, to be determined. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me for this update on the fig wall. Super fun things happening at the Brick Scavenger basement. Many more updates to come. If you're having fun, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It'll help this channel grow. I appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.